In the name of Allah, who is the most merciful and the most beneficent. My name is Muhammad Mohsin Ashraf and my group fellow is Zafarullah Mari. We have given a complex engineering problem that is totally based upon ground control engineering by Dr. Zakai Mat, and by the grace and mercy of Allah we have completed our task by time. So here is a brief introduction given by my partner Zafarullah Mari. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zafrullah Mari. Introduction. Gold Barrick Corporation is a Canadian multinational mining company founded in 1983. The headquartered in Toronto, Canada. It is the largest gold mining company in the world. Recordic Mines is considered as one of the largest copper and gold mine in the world with ore reserve of 5.9 billion ton. It has the potential to become a largest copper and gold production mine in giving economic stability of Pakistan. The company done a site survey and complete investigation giving us the drilled core of observing the joints and classifying it. Also the site geologist provide us joint orientation data and specification of the rock mass. Provided the experiment results that have been done in laboratory, such as compressive strength, tensile strength and other important factors of ore body, footwall and hanging wall for intact rock. Also describe type of the rock for ore body footwall given with intact properties and required to find the rock mass properties. For that purpose, we find some formulas from literature to convert intact properties or rock properties into rock mass properties, computed US and elastic modulus. For further conversation, we took the aid of rock data software used Hook and Brown criterion to carry out additional properties, further additional parameters that are required for open pit mines and hydrogeological consideration, rock support system, reinforcement, most important the design of pit wall and monitoring system. Selected the most suitable method to classify our rock mass, that is rock qualities designation and rock mass rating. Computed the RQD from given core log, that is 71%, and rock mass fall in fair criteria. Also computed the RMR based upon given information. Rock mass rating is 49. Fair rock and fall in third class get the empirical design as suggested by RMR table, execution method, stand up time and support system.
Surface mine design. The process of planning, designing the layout of infrastructure of an open pit mine is referred to as surface mine design. The basic mean to design a surface mine is to maximize the ore recovery with minimum per ton cost of the ore body. This includes designing of an open pit like haul road, surface plants, mineral processing plants, dump water area and water storage and offices, etc. So first of all, we have to decide our pit limits, that is totally based upon rock mechanics. The pit limit should be vertically and laterally decided. So the general criteria to decide a pit limit of an open pit mine is totally based upon economic factor. So economic factor, that is called the economic block value for a block that we have to mine. As we have not given with the economic block values for our block, and we are not given the block size, so we are not in the condition to calculate the TBVs and CBVs of the block. So we have not decided our pit limit based upon economic factor. So we have to decide the pit limits that is totally based upon rock mechanics factor. So for rock mechanics factor, we search for literature formulas and we decided to calculate first the stripping ratio of the ore body. So for the stripping ratio, we calculated the volume of the ore body and volume of the overburden, and our stripping ratio is become 0.34, and then divided the stripping ratio from ore thickness and the ore body ore thickness and the overburden thickness. That comes out gives us the vertical limit of our open pit mine. For the lateral limit, we have to compute the slope angle, and the slope face angle we have computed by the simplified Bishop's method, and our slope angle is 56 degree. So by computing the slope angle, then we calculated the lateral limit of our pit, and after that we have designed the parameters for that is possibly required for an open pit. As we have seen in this slide, we have required slope angle, bench height, all roads, ramps, catch bench width. So inside picture we have seen the change in the geometry of the surface, that is after mine, and we have seen the simultaneous mining procedure that have been done in open pit mine. As we have seen in this slide, we have given with the parts of the bench that is mostly used in the designing of an bench. The bench comprises of the bench angle, bench height, and bum width, catch bench width. And here is if we look upon a table, the table shows us the values that is typical for the bench height and bench width and catch bench width. Further, we have to ask to run a ground control assessment for finding the problematic areas and recommendations and the selection of location of the ramp. So by running the ground control assessment, we have given with the joint set data. We put all the data in the DIP software and plotted the equatorial plot and by and contour plot of the stereo net. The stereo net shows us the failure that will be suspected is the wedge failure. So we have to provide proper reinforcement and proper support system to the benches, so there is no wedge failure occur. As well as we have a fault that is dipping at the 63 degree, and that is on the middle of our pit. So we have to also provide the proper support system to that, so that no hazard created. And the location of the ramp is made in the hanging wall, as hanging wall have good compressive and tensile strength. So further we have to design underground mine. So underground mine method is selected by the Nicholas weighted method. We have taught by our Dr. Yasir Majid, and we selected the underground mining method based upon rating. So here comes out our mining method, that is cut and fill stoping method. As we have seen in this picture, the pictorial representation of cut and fill mining method. So the design parameter of cut and fill mining method, that it comprises of a ramp. We decided 7% grade of our ramp with a 5 meter height and 5 meter width. And we also required to design a service entries. Service entries include ventilation shafts and other drifts and shafts that is required for the facilities in underground. So we have also required to design a stop design. Stop design is basically not provided with us a complete data. So we designed stop, that is we have took the formula from literature and we designed the stop and crusher chamber dimensions. Also we have decided the backfill material based upon our ore body. We decided to select the backfill material, that is cemented as well as hydraulic fill. So next we run a ground control assessment on this. We use Kirsch equation and find the Kirsch equation to find the radial, tangential and shear stresses around the boundary. Also we have computed the in situ stresses that is also present in the surface, that is vertical and horizontal stresses. After computing these stresses, we also computed the hoop stress Hoop strength is basically we have find two factor of safety, and we have computed that factor of safety, that is 1.49 for all ground control mine. After the ground control assessment, we find out the problematic areas and provide the proper support on that areas. So here is a short video on cut and fill method. Hope you will enjoy this video. Thank you.
Cut and fill mining is a favored choice for steeply dipping and sometimes irregular ore bodies, and preferred by mines that require the capability of selective mining and adaptability to variations in the rock mass. It is generally referred to as a small-scale mining method. Mining is carried out in horizontal slices along the ore body, where the bottom slice is mined first. The excavated area is then backfilled and production continues upwards. Each production level is accomplished by drifting until the entire slice has been mined. The slice is... To mine the ore in one of the slices, we first need to drill blast holes. The next steps are charging and blasting the ore, and then ventilate the toxic blast fumes. The equipment used for mining the ore is usually the same as what is used for development. As the ore body is mined, the rock stresses increase in the pit and low dilution.
So we have requested to design our open pit mine entries and underground mine entries, as we are not an expert in designing these entries in phase 2D. So by common sense, we have designed the RAM and as well as the open pit mine, as we have seen in this slide. So I'm also not satisfied with this design, but we have tried best to make it best. Ground control strategies aim to minimize the risk factor through the ground control instability, the rockfall hazards in mining operation. This include the following: geological mapping, a ground support system, monitoring, back analysis, geotechnical risk assessment, and training and education of the laborers. So what are the anticipated problems? As we know, the Reko mine is totally based upon a region that is considered as backward area of Pakistan, that is Balochistan. So we have to provide a proper transportation system, communication system, and electricity that is mostly needed in mining operation, and machinery that is operated in mines. So also the equipment is also not available that is being used in mining operation, such as surface mining operations as well as the underground mining operation. So we have to import all the equipments that is needed for the development and the production of the ore and the production of the gold. So last we have requested to develop a ground control plan. The ground control plan refers to as the plan that is that holds all the data that is totally based upon rock mechanics and ground control assessment. So this plan is required by the engineer that is geotechnical engineer. If he leaves, then further next coming geotechnical engineer finds out no difficulty in running the mine. So this plan is for that. So this is all from our side. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.